Hello everyone and welcome to Football Manager 2017. It's Mal here and I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's requested a Football Manager save for this channel. It's been a little while. I have to be honest that my relationship with Football Manager 2017 isn't as good as previous versions. I've found it more difficult to get involved in the save. I found it more difficult to get into it. I love football management. I've always been into it. I've managed Sunday League. I'm a qualified football coach, just level 1, so it's not a high level. And I love the idea of putting a team together, getting them to play. I love managing from the sidelines. I would have loved to have played football, but I wasn't really good enough. But I love the idea of sort of building a better team, working with players, all that sort of thing. It's been something I've always enjoyed doing, more than probably playing, to be honest, if I'm really honest. So, probably like many of you guys this season, Lincoln City have surprised everyone. Now, they've got to the FA Cup, I believe it's the 5th round, and they play Burnley away. Be a very difficult game for them. It could well be the end of their run, but what a run it's been. Coming right through the different rounds and shocking everyone, to be honest. Especially the last game, where they defeated Brighton of the championship leaders, in fact. 3-1, an amazing win. And now they're going to play Burnley. So getting to the business end, it's the longest run I think the club's ever had. So naturally in the top of the Vanarama National. Now also combine that with the fact that I used to go to university in Lincoln many years ago, and I lived there for 7 years, 7 years. Is that naturally that's a big plus for me. So I took on a season for Lincoln, just to show you the schedule. As you can see, I've had a decent start to the season. Now that looks very good. In fact, it's not that good. I've found myself more struggling. I started off really well, but as you can see, it's 1-1, 2-0. There's plenty. There's no game that I've really battered anyone except for Woking, where everything sort of clicked, went well. So I want to show you my squad. We've got Paul Farman in goal. He's actually Lincoln's real keeper. And then Bradley Wood. We've got Darren Cole, who we've just signed. And a part of the game is we get traits, so you can start training and all that sort of thing. Obviously, he's just a new signing, so lacking in match fitness. We've got John Arzamendi, I think that is. Potential to be a key member of the team, quite good value. And, he's come from Spain. Did play in the Vanarama South for Oxford and then has signed for us and looks like he's doing quite well. Fraser Shaw is another signing. His stats are struggling a little bit, but he is a good player. And he's come from Accrington. Who the hell are they exactly? Starting his career at West Ham before. Never quite breaking through. He's just another one of those players who ended up in the lower leagues and has slowly built himself back up towards league football. So he's come back from probably part-time there, back to professional, and then I snapped him up for us. Jack Muldoon plays for Lincoln in real life. Good player, a quality player according to the game. Pretty much playing at his potential, but again is a solid performer. Has a solid history, and that. So he's someone who's in the team. I'm not sure if I signed this guy or not, but he's on a lot of money. Yes, I did. Come from League 2 in Exeter. He's never really settled at any club, but I'm hoping he's going to settle here. Computer rates him highly. Elliot Whitehouse, as you can see, pretty good stats to be honest there. Plenty of greens, high greens, which is always good. Ball winning midfielder, so he suits that sort of robust style of that division. Did play in League 1 and settled in the sort of Vanarama national level and did sign for us for money, in fact, in real life, I believe. And he's doing very well, a good player. Probably our best player, and this is actually a player who left for Watford came from Watford, has played Premiership football, I believe, appearances in the Premiership for Watford, and signed for League 1 team for $250,000, moved around, played League 1 Championship for most of his career and scored goals as well. And then he's rather inexplicably ended up in Lincoln. He's just signed for Southend in real life. He actually returned. He was on loan there in the past. He's just signed for them again. Was a big reason that Lincoln are doing so well. Another signing who you might not be aware of, Mark Donninger, did start his career at Newcastle before going to Blyth and over to Ireland. He's been to Iceland, He's played, he's settled at the Northern League level now. I believe he's back in the Northern Leagues again. Never quite made it as a professional. I remember back in 08-09, when Newcastle actually got relegated that season, I expected Donninger, who was playing in the reserves and doing very well, to actually break through, but he actually didn't, and moved on in his life to play low league football, and I think probably ended up working for a living just like everybody else, so he hasn't achieved what perhaps he would have wanted to, but still plays at a high level in real life. So in terms of, there's nothing going on in the lower levels. There's a few players that are potentially decent, but that's it. So with this save, what you can expect, if you're interested, is that I think I'm going to be posting one of these once in a while. We're playing Solihull Moors today. The tactics I use, just to show you those, is essentially I want a strong back four with defensive midfielders who sit in front of the defence and then attack from there. So depending on the game, I'll play counter attack, or I'll play. It's very quite somewhat of a basic thing. I want the fullbacks to look for the overlap. We'll play a structured formation. We usually start with the standard, but we'll go to either counter or control, depending on if we're winning the game. If we're getting pinned back a bit, I'll go for the counter and try and hit them on the break. We want to play with like a higher tempo, so we'll try and outdo them. The computer obviously has views on whether it thinks I should be doing whatever I'm doing. We've got Darren Cole on, but he's probably going to have to come off because he isn't going to be as fit as some of the other players. And there you go. So if you like this save, guys, please comment. Please let me know. If you don't like it, I won't post it, but there's a few people who have been asking me when we're going to get one. So there you go. So anyway, we're playing with the new Football Manager 17 match engine. Looking forward to seeing what you guys think of that. And as you can see, this is actually Lincoln's Ground. It's not completely unsimilar to the real thing, Sincil Bank. If you look at the photograph on the thumbnail, you'll see that it's not horrendously different. It's been 11 years since I actually was at Sincil Bank, so I'm hoping to go back soon with my brother-in-law Paul, who was at the FA Cup game when they won the 4th round. So obviously that was a brilliant day, Carnival Day, especially I think it was the 3rd round game. Sorry, no, he was at the 3rd round game when they scored very late on to beat, who was it that beat? I forget now. Was it Ipswich? Or was it, I don't know. Whoever they scored in the last minute against. And he said that was absolutely, the crowd went, as you can imagine, wild. So starting off this game, what I'm aiming for is obviously to get plenty of shots on target. Just need to monitor the opening 10 minutes to see how we're getting on. We appear to be getting a little bit dominated, and that is a good goal by White. Harry White, was he the one who used to play for Leeds? Let's have a quick look. No, he's not. He's a semi-solid young player who's in the Northern League. So that was a good goal. One of the criticisms I've got of Football Managers, it always seems to be you get battered no matter what. Just going to go to, hang on, and a save by Smith. As I always find that no matter what you do, you seem to get, just hit hard. You can never seem to score. It never seems to matter what I do with tactics. I always seem to be dominated no matter what. We'll just have to wait and see. So we've got Armin Edzi. It's saying I'm getting over on it, and that's another thing. I seem to think the team instructions seem to say that you're dominated in midfield if you don't play 3 in midfield. So you end up with like a fairly sort of set formation in terms of what you can and can't do. Wow, Smith actually played that on the post. That could have drifted in. And as you can see, we're sort of performing well with shots on target. If we can keep that up, hopefully we can score. Might just try and control the match. We've got Ahmedzi, who was complaining of a bruised leg, but that seems to have gone away now. He doesn't appear to be injured. Ooh, that was close. So we're not dominating in possession, but we're sort of holding our own, and we are backing. So we need to see some more. We need to say the lads have got faith in them. We want to calmly do it. A bit of passion at the end there. And he looks happy, but I want him to be effective, not happy. Nobody's playing particularly well. And again, this is another criticism. Nobody plays well, nobody plays badly. It's sort of like this is what you get. You get this with the game, and I sort of struggle to see where, your intervention makes a difference. Whereas in previous games, even if it's a little bit unrealistic in terms of you making changes that obviously stands out, I still don't see that too much. However, White House with a shot just goes past the post. What I am going to do is I'm going to change the instructions. I want a clear ball to flanks. Let's try hit early crosses, and let's run at the defence. No, let's not. Well, let's just see how that goes anyway, because we seem to be getting a bit of the game. We're not really taking shots. I want to see them. Let's go to shoot on sight. Well, we'll wait and see. We'll just let that run for a little bit. He's picked up an injury, so we might take him off for Chris Atkinson, who's another new signing, and also might be the time for another one. Darren Cole looks uninterested. I'm not sure what to do with that. But hopefully we can... Yes! Jack, my mate Jack, gets us back on the score sheet. We move up to third. So Olecki makes a save. Arnold whips it across the goal. The goalie stands still, and Muldoon plays it off the goalkeeper and into the net. So I love this replay angle. So we're now potentially dominating the game. Let's just let that be a bit more flexible. See if we can take advantage of the fact that we have the momentum. Pass. Oh, pass. I hate it when they do that. I'm just going to get them to work the ball into the box. See if that can improve us a little bit. So we're looking likely to be another draw. Been a lot of draws recently. We've not lost a game yet, but we might have jinxed us here. That was safe. Might just make one more change. Michael Ngoo for Adam Marriott. It's a late change. I don't think it'll make any difference at all. Looks like it's going to be full time there. Is it really? Pretty much spot on. Any second now? Yep, there you go. So we get a draw. It's probably a game we should have won, and I think it's probably right to say what Nick Cowley recommends. And as you can see, we've had a good start, 5-5, but you think another couple of wins in that column, it's perhaps an overperformance. We've got Elliot Whitehouse out for 9 to 12 days. And what I'm going to do now is just move forward to the next match, and we're then going to pick the team. So we'll just see when that is. That's on Saturday, so we'll just move forward to the next game. So welcome back, everybody. I've got to the next match. Just to let you know, we have made a new signing, Robbie McDade. I've signed, who played for Leeds United and has signed for us. He was actually on loan at Lincoln and was let go, so I have signed him on a free transfer just for some depth, but he is going to go on the bench. I've taken a few players out. Adam Marriott, I've dropped Chris Atkinson. We've got Sam Habigam, who's actually, I think, going to be worthy of an opportunity ahead of Fraser Shaw. There's no other major fitness concerns to have, although I have noted that Barrow, our next opponent, play a direct style. So what I want to do is to come at them from a counter-attacking perspective. Just want to change and go to something he's more satisfied with, and Hayhurst as well. And what I would like to do is to clear ball to Franks and work the ball into the box and play quite wide, because they played a very direct game, and I want to close down a little bit more, and the defensive line's happy. I'm happy with that, and I'm quite happy with that too. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing, and we're ready for the Barrow game. So if we win this game, Barrow are 5th in the Vanarama Premier of the league. They're very close to us, so it's an important match for us to win today. And we are, I believe, is it home? We are back at home, so we're back at Sinsel Bank. So let's get into this. Pick the team. We're happy with the tactics. And there's a few players struggling with giving McDade a shirt number. And obviously we're without Elliot Whitehouse, who is injured. And we will just go for it. So there's the teams lined up. I'm hoping that we can get off to a good start here. I've got a structured formation. I want to let that be instantly, move that to flexible. It shouldn't make a massive difference. So hopefully we can start well. If we get an early goal, that would be great. I was at the Newcastle match the other day when John Joe Shelby scored against QPR after 37 seconds. So that was fab. Late on goal, unfortunately. The end was a great heartbreak. The start was great. So 2-2 in the end, but we're looking good in the league. So Jack Muldoon, a good pass to Woodyard, who's making his return to the team. And Robinson hoofs it over the bar. Could have laid that off to my man. I'm probably going to give a debut to McDade, I think. Especially if we're in the lead. Well played, Woodyard. Give that, come on, go on, son, catch the ball up. Be slower than me. And Goot and Muldoon. Back to Woodyard. That's some nice football. Nice football. Oh, wow. Will Hayhurst as well getting his chance. So that was a nice team goal there. Really nice to watch. We'll see that on the replay. Robinson to Woodyard. Right out to the flank. Muldoon, who's looking very good on that wing. Puts it right in the danger area. And Hayhurst, well, actually off the bar. But he did very, very well. And that is an early lead. So hopefully we can keep a hold of that early lead. Don't let it go straight away. There's never a good time to let the lead go. But unfortunately we do almost immediately. Which is horrible. It's never a good time to lose the lead. Like I started to say. Straight away is probably even worse than late on. It feels like all your hard work's for nothing. But here we go. We have got long throws as an option. And I tried to put that into the corner. Goalie looked a bit beat there. So we seem to be getting more of the ball. Want to get a few shots on target. Wow, good save off Coughlin there. That was a really good shot off Robinson. Bit of time for Hayhurst. What can he do with it? And that's another corner. Come on, boys. Woodyard chasing it back. Wants to get it back in if he can. They close it out well and Wood comes to nothing. Great ball. Now can Robinson do something with this? Great challenge in the end. Now Ngu to Robinson. Great play to get on the end of that to Woodyard. Starting to build up play again. Can he get it to a ball? Robinson takes it in and it's a save again. So we're playing well, but we're just not quite getting those goals. Always seems to be a feature of Football Manager 2017, I think. I always seem to have this type of game where I'm ahead, I'm getting lots of shots, but I never seem to just whack the goals in. I had some fun where, just as a joke, when I was doing a Twitch stream, I put Lionel Messi in my team. Could have been, probably should have been taking the lead. Put Messi in my team, just as a joke with the editor, and he did very well, as you can imagine. Go on, Muldoon, good lad. Right, he did well there, a little bit of class. Now, where's the through ball? No through ball, but Woodyard gets it to Ngu. Oh, and he put it wide. I thought that was the moment. I thought that was it. So it looks like we're going to go to half time. We've had 60% of possession. So maybe now, instead of counter, we need to look at attack. Hit early crosses. Let's see if we can run at the defence a little bit. Let's really go for them in this half. See if anyone's playing absolute rubbish. Habigham's not playing too well. Bradley Wood's having but he's fired up. So we'll give him a start. We'll give him a chance. And Goo for McDade, I think, is going to be a change that I want to make. And I really want him to go out there and make a difference. So let's see. We'll see if he can. See if we can use that as the X factor. Well, that was scary. If they'd had more attackers up that believed in that cross there, they could have been doing something. Oh no, that was a bit of a dodgy tackle, but he got away with it. Parry might eventually get the ball. Now we've got a chance to break. Oh, and that's terrible. Now it's clear to me that the attack's not working, so I'm going to change it to control, see if that can get help. Sometimes it's not a good idea to change it if it's working. I should have maybe left it a counter. But again, I'm taking advantage of the game, and so I'm hoping that shouldn't just stop everything. We never score free kicks ever, even if you've got a 20 and a 20 free kick takeout, they just don't go in. That's another frustration of the game. We just don't score free kicks. Oh, Jesus. What can we do here? Who's playing horrible? Darren Cole for Raggett. Just going to try and get them to fluid it up a little bit. Play standard but fluid. I really wish he'd have shot that. Oh no. Joel. Oh, not Joel. Good tackle. These look like they can kind of tell possibly they're going to score. But Foreman gets it. You could tell they were going to get a shot on target. Right, come on, Lincoln. Another errant free kick. It's almost worth, I think, with free kicks to just try and not get them to shoot, like play it short. So we get a corner. Oh, post. Nightmare. Come on, boys, winning it. We're doing really well here. Oh, just not destined to take the points, I don't think. Let's see if we can get a final flurry. Oh, dear me. Oh, long hoof. Keeper's ball. Farman had to think about it a little bit. Come on, boys, get this goal. Don't seem to know what to do with it here. Come on. Oh, long shots. Why didn't play the through ball? Oh no. It's just what happens in this game. Joel forward, Hannah bursts through, one touch and a worldie. Goal. There we go. Well, that's disappointing because we've had all the play. Far better in this game and we'll lose, and that's just what happens. Not twisting, I just wonder if you guys have the same experience really. There just seems to be nothing you can do. Disappointing. So we're down to 5th. So right guys, that is just the first episode in the books. Obviously, hopefully we do better in the future. If you have any tactical suggestions, please give me them. And I look forward to seeing you guys on episode 2. So thank you for watching. Take care.